we will now have a chat with Sam Khriesh. Sam is an owner, experienced business owner, has owned and sold multiple businesses. And Sam, we really appreciate you giving up your time to share your experiences firsthand. So can you talk us through your ownership journey?
So, Chris, can you hear me?
Yep.
You're breaking up a bit.
I'm sorry about that. Just might just be a little network thing, but I can hear you fine.
Yeah, sorry, can you start again?
Sure. On the introduction. So
your first question, I guess.
My first question, sorry, I wasn't sure where but basically, yeah, let's tell us about how you went from starting work as a pharmacist and becoming a pharmacy owner.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Chris, and hi, everyone. Look, I bought my first pharmacy in 2003. I did my training at the pharmacy, became a pharmacist, and then a pharmacist manager. The owner decided to sell the business shortly after I became a pharmacist manager. He initially offered me a part-time partnership. And then he decided, he changed his mind, decided to sell the business, the entire business. We agreed on price, and not long after that, I became an owner of a large pharmacy. Just before I bought that one, I almost bought a pharmacy in a very small town, a very tiny pharmacy. I think about 500 customers, 500 residents in that town. Luckily, things didn't work out, and I ended up buying the pharmacy that I bought, the first pharmacy I worked at. From there, 3 years later, we bought another pharmacy. That pharmacy, the first one was Terry White Dandenong, the second one was Terry White Southland. So the second one was similar pharmacy to the first one. I knew exactly what I can do with that pharmacy in terms of improvement. Bought that pharmacy, we improved that business as well. And from there, things became a bit easier in terms of buying more pharmacies. You get to know the industry more, people in the industry, you get to know the landlords, you get to value your experience, and it sort of felt that it's easy to do deals with landlords with once you've got the experience. From there, I bought a few stores throughout Victoria, mainly in large shopping centres. We got a few stores in Sydney as well, in Westfield shopping centres. Bought a few, sold a few, changed a few banners and brands, and quite busy the last 20 years. But yeah, that's what we've done so far.
And obviously, there's always challenges, but what have you found as some of the bumps you've had to experience? It hasn't always gone to plan, I guess.
Yeah. Look, the plan. It's hard. Things never go to plan, I would say. But to be honest, with the first store, broadly, we did to work out what we planned for. Certain things like sales, for example, we even exceeded my expectation, to be honest with you. We knew we could improve sales, reduce wages, but the increase in turnover that we had over a short period of time, that was just amazing. We almost kept costs, rent, kept going up, but wages, we managed to reduce that, kept it at the same level in terms of dollar value. We increased it slightly, but percentage-wise, we managed to really reduce, bring that down. It's the one thing that we probably didn't go to plan is the amount of hours that I had to put in myself. My wife is a pharmacist. We both knew that we need to put the hours and work really hard. But that much hours or that much time that we have to spend in there, that's something that we wasn't planned, to be honest with you. The work that we had to do after hours as well, going home with the kids in bed, doing all the admin work, learning how to become, bookkeeper and, do all the stuff, especially at the start. I mean, I guess any first, pharmacy buyer will have to will go through this until you get the system in place. You talk to your accountant and you do all the things that you have to do. But overall, we're pleased with obviously we had good experience and things worked. As long as it went in the right direction, that's the main thing. You get to what you wanted to get, and that's good. That's yeah.
Good. Well, it sort of leads me to another question, but as someone who's assessing businesses and looking at opportunities, what are some of the things, some of the key factors that you're looking for?
Yes. Look, that's a good question. Actually, we've got the way I look at it normally. There's two parts to this process, to be honest with you. One part is, when you once you submit the offer and the offer has been accepted, then you've got the DD part when your accountant can support you and help you with that. And it is important to have an accountant that understands the industry to take you through the numbers and validate, I guess, those numbers for you. Things like script, big scripts, nursing homes. You look at. I'll look at where the bulk of the scripts, if there's a bulk of the scripts, come from one party or one area. You look at all of that, which I guess it's the easy part, which again, the accountant can help you with that. The part that is interesting and that you as a buyer need to look, that you need to, be involved in assessing the opportunity, I guess, is before you submit your offer, the things that you look at in order to, submit an offer. So the things I look at is in terms of there is what I could do to the business to how could I improve the business? Is the business under trading in terms of the size of their business? Where is the business located in the center, for example? As I mentioned before, my pharmacies are mainly in shopping centers, so where they are in the center is quite important. Look at the brand, what sort of banner pharmacy banner is the pharmacy is trading under. The type of demographic in that center, different demographics, so different or different brands, so different demographics. You look at the rent. Rent is really important as well. Being a shopping center, you look at the rent. How many years you've got left on the rent? What I'm going to do in 5 years' time when the rent is going to expire. So am I going to be able to, what my options basically at the end of the lease? Normally 5% increases that you get in shopping centers, that's important as well. So to me, it's important to look at that and see in about 4 or 5 years' time, those increases in rent. Are you going to be able to increase sales to match that cost, basically, in order to at least maintain the value of your business? So that is really important. I walk into the store, go and have a look at the stock levels, for example. Stock is really important on the shelves. To me, it's an indication of how the business is being managed. I like, stock intensity. It just makes it gives that perception to the customer that you're in business, basically, and you're trading well. They expect, obviously, being in a shopping center, available. They don't want to be what they want, so it's really important. If you look at other retailers around the pharmacy, is there a major supermarket has a supermarket trading, doing well? The competitions as well. What are the competitors? Is there a chance or possibility of having another one in the future? All these things, obviously, you look at Khriesh. But just in terms of first pharmacy buyer, I would I think what's important is to look at, to first of all understand the type of pharmacy you want to buy. What type of pharmacist you like. What you want to be. I mean, or like doing. Do you want to be at the back? You want to be at the front? For me, I just love being at the front of the pharmacy, playing around with stock, merchandising stock, talking to suppliers. I just don't want to be at the back. And if you're different, you like, providing health solutions to your, and enjoying doing that, maybe shopping strip pharmacy is the one for you. I mean, these things helps you define what you want to narrow down what type of pharmacy, you want to do. At the end of the day, you're going to be working in the pharmacy yourself most of the time, especially the first pharmacy. And so you want to do what you like. And if you like it, you do it well, and you connect really with customers, and you could improve that business. And then improving the first business, it's a massive thing, because that will improve your equity in that business, which helps you to expand and go and buy the next business with that equity. Yeah, these are the things, Chris, and I mean, there's plenty, but I mean, this is one of the few things that we look at when we buy a business.
It's good. I mean, it's really, all of that's helpful to, even giving a couple of pointers on some key factors to look out for, especially when you're starting out. That's extremely helpful. So what have been some of the major learnings that you've gained around ownership as you've owned one and explored more?
Yeah, I mean, you learn a lot, obviously, when, in business, especially when you buy and sell, you always learn, you always make mistakes. I guess I feel that one of the things that I learned that is helping me, throughout my journey in terms of buying businesses, is the importance of understanding the real value in the business. So, the business, the numbers on paper, the value on paper is one thing, but the real value in business, in terms of the potential of that business, what you could do with that business to improve it and take it to that next level is really important. And also important, the vice versa, obviously. You don't want to be buying a business that is doing well on paper, and then 2 years' time you can't maintain what you've got there, and it goes backwards. So that understanding of that real value is really important. But also the other important part that I really got to learn over the years is that trust in yourself and being confident and back yourself, believe in what you know. So before you buy a pharmacy, obviously you're working in a pharmacy, you work in a pharmacy for a few years, so you've got knowledge. Surely you're going to go and ask friends and pharmacist friends and accountants, and you have to, and you need to, particularly accountants, about buying a business. But accountants are going to be very good at the numbers and what's on paper in front of them, but they just don't work in a pharmacy, and they're not going to go and have a look and observe the pharmacy for you. You need to get out there yourself and have a look at the business. Have a look at those things that we mentioned before in terms of the stock levels. Does the owner work in that pharmacy? Has it customer service? Where's it location? What has it, trading for that size of that store? I mean, 400 square meters of pharmacy is doing $3 million in a shopping center. I mean, there's something wrong if it's a major shopping center or there's a decent supermarket next to it. So all of these things, it's you that you got to do that. And as I said before, if you like, do the retail part of that business, for example, being in a shopping center, you got to back yourself, and you trust your knowledge and trust you could do it. I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you before, but my accountant, my second pharmacy, which was Southland store, I took the valuation and all the reports to my accountant to have a look at it. And he just goes to me, well, what for? What do you want to buy this business? You've got a good business that's doing money now. Just, you don't want to get each other one that's going to, take you down, take you backwards. So he goes to me, it's a high rate, sales are not that great at all. It's been there for a long time. He even mentioned the GP is too high and there's not much you can do about it. So to me, from the experience I had from my first store and what I could do, with what I did with that store and what I could do with that next store, which is similar to what the first store was in a shopping center. The owners didn't work in that in the pharmacy. It was owned by three pharmacists. None of them worked in it. The GP, high percentage GP, actually, I felt I've got an opportunity there as well in terms of that customer number is down and the GP is very high. And I felt, the customer number needs to be a lot higher than what it is, and the sales need to be a lot higher than what they are. We had a Woolworths next to it as well that was trading well. I felt, improving my, improving my prices. I could, bring a lot more customers to the store, and I always thought, the more customers you have, that's the number. That's the most important number in your store, in my opinion. The customers number. So the more customers you have, obviously the better. And once you've got the customers in your pharmacy, you eventually make money out of them. The first time I make enough money out of one customer, but eventually, as long as you've got customers keep coming back, you'll find a way to make money out of the customer. So, I looked at that, and that's obviously, made me obviously trust myself again, as I was saying before, back myself, and having experience with me as well. Just when I bought that store.
Oh, great. I've actually had a question, Sam, asking about how you've dealt with the challenge of switching from pharmacist manager to pharmacy owner.
Oh, okay. Well, being in a large pharmacy, going from a pharmacist manager for a large pharmacy, and I had a retail obviously manager at that time. I had so much to learn. Obviously, keeping the staff, or the existing staff, around you, and look after them, was really important. So that helped me a lot. Again, having to learn all those numbers, all the bookkeeping stuff, that was challenging a bit. Exactly right. So having a good accountant that guides you through that journey and that understands the industry is extremely important. And again, all accountants can be knowledgeable and know what they're doing, but you want that support as well. You want to be able to have a chat to your accountant, and especially the first time when you buy a business. So it was challenging. My wife is a pharmacist, so that helped. She got stuck in the dispensary, and I was doing the fun stuff with the suppliers. So that was good.
Cool. All right, well, Sam, thank you so much for giving the time and sharing your experience. It's greatly appreciated.
No problem. My pleasure. Hope that helps.